as the sun peeks through the haze. Birds are chirping, serenading morning's praise. Front porch creaks as dreams fade away. America's awakened to a brand new day. Old vinyl spinning a sweet old tune. Day starts dancing under a sleepy moon. Newsprint smudges on fingers of grace. America's awakened at her own steady pace. Sips of sunshine in a coffee cup. Simple moments lifting spirits up. From the mountains to the sandy shore. Morning in America, want just a little more. Neighbors waving with a friendly rise. Kids with backpacks chasing daylight skies. Eyes cooling on a windowsill so fine. America's awakened with a heart full of shine. Old vinyl spinning a sweet old tune. Day starts dancing under a sleepy moon. Newsprint smudges on fingers of grace. America's awakened at her own steady pace. Sips of sunshine in a coffee cup. Simple moments lifting spirits up. From the mountains to the sandy shore. Morning in America, want just a little more. Neighbors waving with a friendly rise. Kids with backpacks chasing daylight skies. Eyes cooling on a windowsill so fine. America's awakened with a heart full of shine. Neighbors waving with a friendly rise. Kids with backpacks chasing daylight skies. Eyes cooling on a windowsill so fine. America's awakened with a heart full of shine. Tractors rumble, fields coming alive. Big wheels turning where hopes and dreams strive. Laughter echoes down the old dirt road. America's awakened to lighten her load. America's awakened to lighten her load.
Good morning, everyone. I hope you're having a very good morning where you are. I see we got Cat MC in here. Cass, you got the link. Jump in if you want. Jen Thunder is here. Native Pride, good morning. Let's see, Thomas Zett, welcome. Who else we got? And those are the big ones. Okay, more people trickle in here. I see we're already starting to tick those numbers up. So welcome everyone. I'm a little bit late this morning because I was actually doing some production. So a little bit of backstory. I'll put a video out. Okay, Cass, whenever you're ready. I was on. I don't. So there's a show I enjoy. It's a podcast called Who Are These Podcasts? And they stole a bit from the old radio show Opie and Anthony, a bit that I loved called Jocktober. And now their whole podcast is about this. And what they do is they highlight other shows and they talk about what these other shows are doing. And it really highlights how bad some of these other podcasts are, how some of them are way too formulaic, how some of them have no ideas, you know, and how like they really do focus on a lot of what's the word on comedians, because a lot of comedians do podcasts, so they do focus on them and how a lot of these guys just don't do anything funny. And these are the type of comedians who get what they call clapter. Instead of laughter, they get clapter. Like they'll say something that the crowd likes. And, oh yeah, we good for you type of stuff. Natalie Cuomo went viral this week, and yeah, that she's that type of comedian, and they highlight that. Well, I had been in another show, and there's one of these comedians who does some. He doesn't do that, but he gets very bitter about other comedians doing well. And I had, I've recognized this for years on this guy, and I made a comment about him in a super chat, and I knew he would go off, and I just wanted the reaction, so I made a comment. He went off. Well, this other podcast clipped that, and I've got the video of it, so I am going to turn it into a video. I do support what the guys at Who Are These Podcasts. They're very funny guys. But yeah, I do enjoy what they do. And the fact that they picked up on one of my comments, I thought was really funny. So I'll do a video on that, and I'll talk about, all that. But it got me thinking, I'm going to start doing that with the Fleas and Bone Crusher and Stupid Dave. Like, okay, they want to put it out there. I'll highlight it. So I was doing some quick production this morning, and yeah, that's what I was. That's why I was a little bit late this morning, and I was up super early. I just was going through my normal routine. I wake up, take the dog out, feed the animals, do some dishes, call my family. That's just my morning stuff that you guys don't see before I come on here. So, um, it's all pretty interesting. And I got to talk with TC. I will not be, I don't think I'm going to be available next weekend. So if we do Veteran Nation Live, that'll be up to him if he wants to do that, or if he just wants us to preempt it and wait another week. I don't care, whatever he wants to do. Some of these people on X. So should we just so let's talk about I'll go ahead and I'll get into the what the hell stuff right away, and we can talk about it. The one thing, everyone was talking about Bruce's motion, and it is what it is. I'm laughing about it because of a lot of the stuff that they were doing that now there's repercussions now. They did a counterclaim, and what's funny about that is, these were the people avoiding the depositions. They were avoiding the depositions. Well, now that they have a counterclaim, guess what? They now have to be deposed. Lynette and John both now have to go on the record, and what he has submitted is not going to be enough. So, I'm wondering if they did the counterclaim because that Bruce realizes that he is he is not going to be able to get this dismissed. So this is a new strategy. I don't know if it's exactly a bad strategy. We'll have to wait and see. But now John and Lynette have to go on the record. They have to bring proof of their claims. Well, what's their proof? What is their proof of what they were talking about? Here, let me pull up. I'll pull up the stuff. Here we go. So yeah, that's downloading now. Okay. So I'll go through this. I'm not going to go like detailed. Other people are doing the detailed analysis of it. That's fine. But yeah, I'm just not going to. All right. Hey, good morning, ABA. So yeah, this is Defendant Cook's answer affirmative defenses and counterclaim. Okay, so he gives answers to a lot of the stuff. And here's the thing, like I don't see how they can avoid. I think this might be their attempt to try to avoid a deposition. Um, I don't see how that'll work. Good luck if that's what it is. Yeah, Bubbles, like here's what they want. They're talking about the dismissed claims of extortion. Okay, get over it. They're trying to get a bigger dismissal off that, and the judge has already indicated that he believes defamation occurred. Now he did say it's going to be a tall order on tortious interference. Okay, well let's go make it through the discovery and we'll figure that out. But who's the one stalling discovery? It's not Jeremy. It is not Jeremy. Um, Admit that the plaintiff has a YouTube subscription base of over 7,000 subscribers. Okay, that's public knowledge. Um, he's got actually over 800,000 subscribers now. Admit that the subscribers pay a monthly fee. No, they don't. Only members pay a monthly fee. Only members do. Deny characterization of media platform as an open diary. Why would he deny that? Like, it's, again, stupid things that Bruce is trying to do that really don't have any meaning on this case. The more accurate characterization of the plaintiff's social media as concerns the defendants is that it is used by the plaintiff to cyberstalk them for entertainment profit and giving rise to liability. Well, here's the problem. Here's the problem with that argument. If and now Bubbles is putting this into their arguments. The problem of this is here's where it collapses. All Randy has to do is put Jeremy back on the stand and say, when did you start your YouTube channel? Oh, I started on this day. And how big did it get? Da, 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 da. When did you move to Otter Creek? And when did you first come in contact with the defendants? So it can't be as is that is used by the plaintiff to cyberstalk them for entertainment and profit. He started it way before he met them. He didn't enter into their lives, they entered into his life. This is where it falls apart. Uh, uh, so, the plaintiff's false statement that the defendants made online posts calling the plaintiff a child predator, which allegation was not in the complaint, was included in the sworn affidavit. First off, the whole complaint doesn't hinge on this. So trying to get this dismissed off of this is not going to work. You might be able to get certain things, like if the tortious interference hinged on this, you might get dismissed. But no, this is a part of the defamation claim. And again, Jeremy's got recordings of them, and we've seen their posts. Just because it's on YouTube doesn't make it not a social media post. YouTube is the biggest social media platform in the world, and it's not even close. So to act like YouTube doesn't count, yeah, I don't think that's going to fly. Admit only that a channel was created as need to have a YouTube ID, chat, and comment. Yeah. Again, they're going to have to show all of their accounts. Admit to, okay, yeah. I'm just going through this real quick because I want to get to their counterclaim. Deny generally and deny additional conduct action apart from any alleged statements themselves to the extent made that could constitute using statements to persuade customers of Hales to stop supporting him. Those comments now are going to be put in front of a jury. Admit that the Plaintiff procured a TRO from Ohio court where he was represented by counsel where the defendants were appealing via remote conference pro se. Again, they had the choice to do that. They could have taken a loan, done other things to get an attorney. They, as we've seen, they have ability to get attorneys. So the fact that they defended themselves pro se is not going to be, the court's not going to, I really doubt the court will care about that. The judge said in Pensacola he does not care about YouTube. Yeah. Well, it will come as a factual basis, but for YouTube content, what he's trying to argue, no. The plaintiff has made a huge windfall through the increased subscriptions and views of his YouTube Bad Neighbors. Actually, he can show that the Bad Neighbors videos get less, so he probably can say, no, this has cost me more money. The super chats during his live stream soliciting financial donations for ever-growing legal expenses. The super chats, they've never stated that the super chats were for legal defense. Like there was a GoFundMe, a fan started, but I mean that's not super chats, so there's no link to content. So okay, the plaintiff has failed to mitigate damages and caused his own damages by repeatedly publishing to the world the defamatory signs and statements contained on them, which had otherwise been known only to 3 individuals, all of whom the plaintiff admits knew the statements on those signs were false. We're going to get into the whole thing about people driving by because now they are starting to admit that yes, it's a busy road, and yes, it's likely that others saw them. If any other, and here we go, if any other individuals were, are, or become aware of the signs other than 3 people who knew the statements on them were false, it is, will be due to the plaintiff's publication. No, there were people on that road. If any individuals believe, or will believe the statements written on the signs, it was, is, will be a consequence of the plaintiff's publication. Other than the 3 individuals who found or removed the signs, the plaintiff cannot identify any individuals who saw the signs as. You don't have to. You don't have to. Like, yeah. If I made a website defaming someone, someone doesn't have to prove that people went onto that website. All they have to do is prove that whatever I was doing caused them damages. And we've already talked about on this channel. The plaintiff himself planted the defamatory road signs. Yeah. So they're going with this. Yeah. So he planted the road signs when it's on record he was in Ohio. And he's got 3 people that are going to be like, yeah, he was in Ohio. He couldn't have planted. To create a contrived basis for a lawsuit to exploit by protecting litigation and multiplying proceedings in order to generate ongoing litigation-related content. Again, he keeps going back to this. And the judge has already said, this is not going to, like this, he doesn't care. It was defamation. Doesn't matter what it was for. It doesn't matter what he did videos for. Like, which for me it matters. Like, I understand what he's doing. He's documenting so that it's like me making the police report on Robbie. It's documenting. I didn't make that police report for content. Like, did I talk about it on here? Absolutely. But I also said, people, you should go look it up yourself. I gave the incident number. Counterclaims. Now, here we go. Intentional infliction of emotional distress. The plaintiff and his counsel conspired to form a contrived basis for filing litigation against the defendants, not to pursue meritorious legal claims, but to generate an ongoing litigation of related YouTube content via polymop, purposeful protection of litigation, multiplication of proceedings. Plaintiff would benefit financially from ongoing litigation, generally fresh, compelling YouTube content, with the aim is to create as many issues and proceedings along the way as possible. Well, the problem with that, with the proceedings, your client ran to the court. Your client ran to the court and tried multiple times, and his rights were violated. Again, we can talk about damages. That's damage. Having your civil rights taken away from you is damage. Even though it doesn't have a monetary number, it's still damage. The plaintiff's counsel would benefit financially from a regular stream of legal fees. Really? You're talking, so Randy Shockett's the problem now. Legal fees funded in part by large donations from viewers of the plaintiffs. Like, oh my God, he is just going to piss off the magistrate with this one. Like, the magistrate just yelled at everybody. Just yelled at everybody again.
Again.
Just yelled at him again. And he does he not remember that there's the deposition that happened in state court that can be used against both of his clients. There's the testimony in Ohio. With the legal fees being paid by donors, there will be no limit on counsel's expenditure of billable time, so that the judge is going to toss these two out for sure. The plaintiff's interest, like, the judge doesn't care about content. The judge is not going to bring in the counsel's legal fees, and is probably going to be like, look, I told them to stop muddying the waters. I'm now telling you to stop muddying the waters. The plaintiff's interest in contriving storyline is symbiotic with his lawyer's interest. This will get tossed. The device the plaintiffs contrived for the basis of the federal lawsuit and accompanying YouTube storylines falsely alleged by him. Okay, that one will be a part of in front of the jury. He's losing money now because of court. Yeah, Bubbles was paying for all this. He was paying all this for the clients, and now he thought he could get a dismissal, and that didn't work. I got my new boom for my microphone, and you notice when I bump the table, like it. Well, there I really shook it, but when I bump the table, you don't get the things that I was getting before. Where was that? Plaintiff framed the defendants. See, all these claims, all these counterclaims, all fall apart on one thing. One thing. The cease and desist letter. It all falls apart. Because this is a counterclaim of intention infliction of emotional distress. So Jeremy has to be malicious and they have to show that he was intentionally trying to do this. Well, Jeremy has a cease and desist letter that was sent, and he can say, look, if they endured emotional distress, that wasn't intentional. I sent a cease and desist and told them to please stop making videos or please stop making comments about me publicly. So intent matters. Intent matters. So all these, like every single one that I've read so far, all going to fall apart based upon that. And I know people, when that came out, people were telling her, they were telling them that don't follow the cease and desist. It has no legal basis. And that's partially true. Partially true. It doesn't have any legal teeth. However, it's used later on if it gets to litigation to prove intent. And that's where we're at now. We can prove the intent. So, sorry. This will be hard. All these, whatever sticks of these that the judge allows to go forward, will be hard to defend in front of a jury. Because there's elements to everything, and it'll be hard for them to say, yeah, this is, good morning, Cass.
Hey, how are you doing?
Oh, I'm doing pretty good. I'm doing one of our favorite things. I'm looking over some bad legal takes.
Bad legal takes are my favorite.
And these are coming from an attorney in a case.
Oh, Lord.
So his clients received a cease and desist and still kept making public comments. And now he's got a counterclaim saying that the plaintiff who sent the cease and desist was causing emotional distress.
Okay, but they still received a cease and desist that was signed, correct?
Correct.
Like,
From an attorney. And they did not respond to it.
well,
As I always tell people, yeah, cease and desist, it's not legally binding. However, if you're sent one from an attorney, you should respond, or if you're sent one in general, you should get an attorney and respond to it, because then you can still keep doing what you're doing, but say, no, I was engaging in negotiation at that point, and that's a de-escalation tactic. So then you can claim that you weren't malicious later on.
and what were they sent the cease and desist for? Like what kind of, I guess, claims were they making?
They were making claims online. They a whole bunch. They were saying that Jeremy was trying to uh, that he was employing the town mayor and others in his employ to try to get things that he wanted preferentially done. They were saying that he was trying to take their daughter. That he was. Oh, I'm trying to think. Because there's been so many. I'm trying to narrow it down. Um, he was uh, purposefully driving super fast down the road to cause a disturbance. He bought a schoolhouse and was trying to, Jesus, these animals, was trying to buy the schoolhouse so they could turn it into a mosque for his girlfriend's family to come in and start a terrorist cell. I'm trying to think. Like some of them are crazy, some of them are just stupid. But
Jesus.
they had whole YouTube groups that they had started. And as he was like posting this stuff, they felt the need to then respond to his lies as he was just putting up what they posted.
Yeah, gotcha.
Uh, and this attorney is the one that went off on my channel, and he then kept sending me other stuff. And I finally had to tell him this is harassment. Stop contacting me. And he did stop contacting me, but he's contacting other YouTubers. So check your email.
Oh, I'll check it right away. Oh no.
Oh, he sent an email the other day, and I did the story yesterday where he sent a settlement to Jeremy Hale's lawyer, and he also CC'd all these journalists and say, "This is just for your edification. I don't consent to this being put up publicly." And I'm like, "Yeah, that's not a binding contract. They didn't agree to it. They can post whatever they want, and you just sent it to them."
Yeah,
Like,
that's crazy.
you'd think a lawyer would know that,
I mean, so like free speech is a bitch, right? Like it can be really, really great. And unfortunately, like for a lot of the time, you can post the most hateful and most awful shit you want as long as you're not inciting imminent violence, committing perjury and a few other things. But yeah, generally if a lawyer is contacting you and be like, hey, you may want to stop doing this, don't do this, especially if there's money involved and people could be losing money. Then you start drifting into defamation territory, and that becomes a whole big ball of shit. So if they tell you, hey, maybe don't do this, just maybe don't fucking do it.
right? Right. And and the other thing is she stated at the same time that she got the cease and desist, probably like a month after, she stated that publicly that she had an attorney, and the attorney told her to ignore it. And first off, no attorney would ever tell you that. But now he's trying to, because they did get a civil protection order in Ohio, and I'm looking for it here. Oh, it was up further. They're trying to use as a defense. Admit that the plaintiff procured a TRO from an Ohio court where he was represented by counsel and where the defendants were appearing via remote video conference pro se. So they're trying to say that, oh, well, they were just defending themselves pro se, and that's why they got it. Oh yeah, and they've never been to Ohio. They called his mayor in Ohio and threatened the mayor that they needed to run him out of town or else be exposed.
Yeah, like trying to defend this like from a pro se standpoint is not much of a defense because here's a little tip. Whether you defend yourself pro se with an attorney, with a public defender, you still have chosen to do so. Get an attorney. I
Right?
cannot emphasize enough that whenever you run into legal issues, first of all, shut the fuck up. That's your
Mhm.
number one rule and ask for a lawyer. Like that's the first things you do. And if you can't ask for one cuz it's a civil matter, just fucking get an attorney.
And there's places out there now. Like there's places I do know there's Defense Shield, Attorney Shield, and I forget the other one where literally you can pay like $18 a month and have an attorney. Like like where you can call them. Now, are they going to be the ones to represent you like long term? No, but it gives you an immediate access that if something happens, you can immediately contact an attorney and be like, "What do I do?" You know? So and the thing is they have an attorney now. They posted that they had an attorney back then. Like that's where they were so stupid. Like to say, "Oh, well they didn't have an attorney." Well, clearly they have access to an attorney now. Why couldn't they get access to an attorney then? What stopped them? What changed? And if nothing substantially changed, the judge is not going to care. Uh,
Yep.
uh, the plaintiff statements accusing the defendants of planting the signs. Oh yeah, they made signs calling him a rapist and child molester and put it up all over their town. And do you want to know what their attorney's genius legal defense is?
Oh god, what?
They have no proof that anyone actually saw those signs, other than the 3 people that took them down.
What?
Right, right. It's like, well, in your defense, you're showing that 3 people saw them. Just because they didn't believe them doesn't mean they did see them. So,
Ye-
a reasonable person, if 3 people saw them, a reasonable person can conclude, and these were public, so a reasonable person can conclude that more people saw them.
You know what? God damn it. Next time I put up a sign, I'm putting up one of those like ring cameras on that bitch. I'm gonna see everybody who saw it.
So here's what Jeremy has indicated they're going to do. They have traffic studies of the areas where these signs were posted, and they're going to give those studies and say, okay, well, the government acknowledges that X amount of people drive by this area in the time frame that they were posted. And the other part of his legal defense is he's claiming that Jeremy wrote and posted the signs, but Jeremy can prove he was in Ohio, not in Florida, at the time they were posted.
This case just sounds like fucking nonsense.
Right? Uh, so the plaintiff also falsely accused the defendants of extortion and tortious interference as additional contrived claims to generate litigation content. Okay, so everyone, just so you know, you have legal immunity. If you make claims in court, it doesn't matter that those claims are dismissed. You have legal immunity for those claims. So if they're saying that this is part of the defamation is him bringing a lawsuit, that's going to get tossed. Unless if you can prove that he was doing the same thing out in town, outside of the court. The plaintiff's false accusations have caused the defendants to subjected to hate, ridicule, contempt, mocking, humiliation, threats, false reports to government agencies, vulgar, menacing messages from strangers via phone and written messages, and other harm. Now, this is where myself and DJ Radis and also Melissa, a lot of us that were and Max Lab, we were following this early on. Like we didn't ridicule and mock them because of anything Jeremy did. we ridiculed and mocked them because the posts they were making were insane.
Like how insane? Like what kind of posts?
Um, well, they posted. Okay, so we were mocking her. I have a whole Facebook group mocking her that I had started, just because it was so crazy. Every day there was something new. So when she said that she had an attorney uh, that told her to ignore the cease and desist, oh, I put that up and I mocked it. Um, they her paramour uh, posted that he had pictures of Jeremy's girlfriend with his penis in her mouth and threatened to show them.
Oh my God. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, uh, and like everything they were posting was just insane and crazy. And that was
No
in the middle
kidding.
of her posts where she was asking for money.
Oh my.
The plaintiff's actions are extreme and outrageous. Mm, yeah, that's not going to fly. The plaintiff knew and intended his false allegations would cause the defendants to suffer severe emotional stress. Again, he's got a cease and desist letter that they ignored. That'll get tossed. Plaintiffs or probably won't get tossed, but that's a legitimate defense in front of a jury. Plaintiff's false accusations have caused the defendants, okay, they've got severe emotional distress. They had it prior to. um, Count 2, Florida statute, plaintiff have misappropriated the defendant's image and likeness by placing them on video thumbnails. Oh my God. This will get tossed. This one here will get tossed because they have the state case. So the state case, Randy Shockett, Jeremy's attorney, will be able to say, double jeopardy. They already have this in in a state court. It cannot be brought in the federal court. The state's going to dismiss it in April. I'm sure of that. They might get one more continuance, but it's going to be dropped way before this ever goes to trial. And because of double jeopardy, it won't be able, like, this will get tossed. Plaintiff's use of defendant's image and likeness has been without their consent. Doesn't matter. They're all from public posts they made, the defendants made. Plaintiff's
Yeah.
use of defendant's image and likeness has been used for commercial or advertising purposes. Thumbnails don't make you money.
So that's the only place where it could be like maybe a little bit touchy because of just, but it depends on how it was posted, where they procured it, and other things like that. Like even places like Facebook can use your image, your likeness to advertise, and
Yes.
you literally sign all that when you sign up with their TOS.
All of the images were images that primarily Lynette, John as well, that they took, they posted, or they sent to other people. And so that's the first thing. Like, it wasn't images that Jeremy got nefariously or privately or anything like that. It was all stuff that they sent out into the world. Then the next thing is thumbnails on YouTube are not, what do I say? Like, they're not for commercial purposes. This is a misconstruing this law. Like,
I gotcha.
so the state case on this, because it's not just Jeremy. There's like 4 or 5 other people that they put the state case. He had another attorney put that case in, and that attorney has not worked on this case. There's already been a deposition to show that they're defrauding the court by this attorney doing all the work for that case, and the attorney of record not really doing anything. He even signed the name with that attorney's wrong middle initial.
That's just rough.
So once that case gets dismissed, this will have to be dismissed.
Paul, thank you. You could probably debate me just fine. You'll be fine.
Make sure everyone subscribes to Cass's show, the Polititties podcast, right here on YouTube. If you're on YouTube,
Yeah,
uh,
it's going through a transition right now. I'm hoping to be back up early March, but right now we're lost a co-host, so we're trying to transition everything out.
well, anything we can do here to support you, let us know. Um,
I appreciate that. Thank you so much.
yeah, my pleasure. Um, do you want to plug your Twitter as well? Because we got people watching on X.
Oh, yeah, on Twitter, I am Cass or hold on. I gotta figure out what my Twitter name is real quick. Back on my BS today is my Twitter. If anybody wants to follow, it's always super fun.
I like
I
that.
just mostly troll people and comment on bad legal takes. That's my bread and butter on Twitter. Making people cry is a good day for me. Because you got to get out your aggression somehow. Making people cry on Twitter makes me happy.
I, I've got a couple submissions to Bad Legal Takes. They haven't taken them yet, from what I've seen. The one because it was a TikTok, I don't know if they're gonna actually put it up, but we'll see.
Oh my God, I had a friend send in a bad legal take from TikTok and they put it up. I'll never rat out who it was or what bad legal take it was, but it was so freaking chef's kiss. And it was a person I hated on TikTok too. I was like, hell yes.
They had Elon up there yesterday. I was
Yeah,
commenting on that one.
he has a lot of shitty legal takes. I said what I said.
There's a lot of people that are like smart people. I forget what they call it, but if you're a smart person and you're like an expert in one field, you have this ability to think that you're experts in other field. It's not the Dunning-Kruger. That's people who just think they're smart, but there's another, and it's scientifically proven. Um, but yeah, like I see that with Elon and a couple other people. Just because you know something about one thing doesn't mean you know about another.
I don't know he knows a lot about anything, but that's just my hot take. I have different opinions on him. I think there are some things he's really, really good at, none of them which have been displayed lately.
Yeah, yeah, there are things that he's done that I'm like, I'm like
Yeah,
that's
but
dumb.
it's it's that way for everybody. Like everybody has a take where you're just like, what the fuck are you talking about? It could be your best friend, and you're like, are you fucking kidding me right now? Take that post down, bestie.
Buying Twitter, I think, was incredibly smart. Renaming it X, I think, was stupid.
Oh, it'll always be Twitter to me. Fuck off.
I'll call it X just so people know what I'm talking about. But yeah, I don't like. I like the logo, but calling it X, I'm just like, reminds me of my ex. It's not good branding in my opinion. Um, Invasion of privacy. Plaintiff has published the defendant's photo, image, and likeness on his YouTube page and video thumbnails on. She's posted those same things publicly in her Facebook groups. Every publication of the defendant's photo, image, and likeness. Yeah, not gonna stand. Plaintiff's publication intended to humiliate and mock the defendant. Yeah, you can do that. You can, if someone puts a public post up, you can mock and humiliate it. I half of my show.
That's That's called freedom of speech, y'all.
Right.
I know people like to get really wild, but unfortunately, I can post the craziest shit in the world as long as I'm not doxing somebody, perjuring myself, or, inciting imminent violence. Unfortunately, if you stupidly post some dumb shit, I can drag you for it and probably have. Okay.
This one right here, this is a big one that people don't understand. The plaintiff's publication of the defendant's photo, image, and/or likeness has invaded the defendant's privacy. No, it has not. No,
Not
it
if
has.
it's public.
She posted it publicly, or any of the other pictures. She was in public. You don't have a right to privacy in public.
Yeah, it's an assumed privacy. Like now, they were in their home and somebody was looking in their window and taking a picture, there's an assumed right of privacy there. But
Yes.
if you are just out in a public place or sitting like outside eating, there's no assumed right of privacy.
Yeah, yeah, 100%. That's some of these things that people, and I've seen so many people, like if you're out in public and someone takes your photo, that's not an invasion of your privacy. You're out in public. Michael Jackson, used to cover up his kids' faces to maintain their privacy. You have to create privacy. Doing that, yeah, celebrities who wear hat and glasses, they're creating their own privacy because they know they don't have it in public. That's paparazzi make lots of money off that.
Yeah, like our laws are very different here. Now, if you're over in the EU, you might have different ones, but here there's no assumed right of privacy in a public place. I mean, there are spaces within public places where you can have an assumed right of privacy, like i.e. a bathroom. That's an assumed right of privacy. But other than that, there's a very few public spaces where you can be like, hey, you can't take my picture here.
Now, I'll, with the show, I'll let you decide, Cass, because I did a lot of production this morning. I got some clips from some of John Lynette, the defendants in this case, some of their supporters, YouTube channels, and I'm going to play them on here. Uh, if you want me to wait, and we'll go into something else, and then when you leave the show, for me to get into that, uh, because these people do have a tendency to like then start attacking people. So if you don't want to be attached to it,
Oh
I can move
no,
on to something else.
I'm here for all of it. Their hate fire fuels me. Bring it, bitches.
Okay, so I'm gonna be straight up mocking them. Again, stuff they put out in the public sphere, and I'm gonna mock it. To start with, uh, oh, I'm in the wrong area here. To start with, I'm gonna show an image that I've been posting online, and they have stated is harassment. So this is the photo, and they're saying that by me posting this, I'm first off, they're saying that I'm a pedophile for posting this. They're also saying I'm harassing them for posting this. Um, this photo they posted publicly. It's of John and Lynette's adopted daughter and Lisa of the Two Leeches in a podcast. They posted this publicly. So, you know, they're claiming that Jeremy is trying to get pictures of the kid, yet they post this publicly.
This will be my general PSA. Please never post your children, grandchildren, or anybody else
Yep.
online that you are not comfortable with being reposted. And it's not a you thing, it's just like my children, not online in any way. And there is an absolute reason for that, especially not in connection to anything I do because people are well, it's more for the other stuff. But if they posted it publicly, there's not much that can be done about it, but it is, please just don't
There's
post your children online.
posts of my child. They're not bad posts or anything. Now, some of their fans have taken those posts and edited them and whatnot. But again, I don't get mad about it. All they're going to do is piss off my ex-wife. And if you want to deal with that crazy bitch, you go right ahead.
Oh, Lord.
But yeah, this is not harassment, me posting this. This being up on this show, it is not harassment at all. So just addressing that. Um, Here, let's show.
It's a beautiful little baby, though.
She is. She is a very, very um, photogenic little girl.
And I don't mean that in any kind of weird way. I'm just saying she's a cute
Yep.
kiddo.
Yep. You can say a kid is cute. So let's go here. The first video.
Her handwriting.
Okay, the first video I'm going to show. Let me take this one down. gotta do a couple things here. Just bear with me, folks. Okay, there we go. We might get a little bit of an echo, but I'll play this.
I mean, it's whatever. I'll see how long this goes because.
And I will apologize for her horrible, horrible voice. Like, definitely not a voice for radio.
That's just crazy. And all the points made in that 12B1 now is just, if the judge, if you ask me, if he doesn't dismiss this case, he's going to look like the fool. That's him continuing to allow the lies to go on in his courtroom. Because
there are lies in the courtroom. Oh no.
What?
So this is Lisa, the one who was in that photo. This is her analysis of that filing I was just reading. And she's saying that this case needs to be all dismissed because there's lies. She does sound wasted.
Yeah.
So, yeah, guess what? In almost every case, there's going to be at least a lie or different viewpoints of the truth. And that is not justification to dismiss a case. You dismiss a case if factual evidence, which, by the way, John and Lynette and also Lisa here, they're all dodging depositions. So they're avoiding the discovery phase, or at least attempting to. But yeah, if there's no proof of what's claimed, that's when a case is dismissed. And Jeremy has already submitted evidence, and we're in the evidentiary part of this. So let's keep going.
The paragraph 19, Jeremy lied, and the judge basically took it in faith that their allegations, their complaint is truthful, and he purposely lied to the judge in the opposition of the 12B, just to keep the case going. He lied, and that's like mocking the judge, and it's
mocking the judge. This is, and I'll get into the fact, this is horrible legal analysis. Horrible. And we're going to see the type of people who believe this type of legal analysis.
I mean, you can do like an original. Oh, I don't know. I'm echoing. Hold on.
You can make false claims in a courtroom. You can do it, and you have legal immunity to do it. That's you can't perjure yourself, but if you do false claims, you have legal immunity.
Okay, James in the comments. I don't know what the hell you're talking about. I didn't mean to greet any fans.
No. She said, okay, so Jeremy, he got 500,000 subscribers. So they did an event called Half Mil Time to Grill. And John and Lynette were kind of on friendly terms with Jeremy at this point. And this was almost 3 years ago. It was February, I think, of 23. So 2 years at this point. And they wanted to get donations from Jeremy's fans. They wanted to bring a turtle and get donations. And he said, you can bring the turtle, you can't get donations. So from that moment on, they started posting false things and anti-Jeremy stuff online. Because they couldn't use his fame for them to personally benefit.
I gotcha.
Cass is echoing because I am sharing the screen. So it's not a problem of Cass, it's a problem of me. That's why. And while I'm playing these, it'll continue to echo when Cass talks. So I apologize for that. Well, I'll go ahead and finish this one.
He would look like a fool. I know this judge knows that he's lying through his teeth, so he hasn't produced anything. Anything.
He hasn't produced anything because we're in the discovery phase. This is when you start producing things. And you guys, like Lisa, has dodged her deposition. Like, she said she doesn't need to show up. She needs to be subpoenaed. You were, you moron.
And for him to allow it to continue and allow them to make a mockery of his courtroom, I think that would be foolish of him.
So that's that one of what they stated. So expert legal analysis. I'm trying to see. Let me try to do this with local videos so then we don't get the okay, so now I'm going to go to the people that believe them. So I'm going to show this is going to be for Ray Bonecrusher.
In my opinion on it, and it is, I think there's a lot of BS on the other side. I know that when I go to Lee's and what brought.
Can you guys see and hear this okay? Because there has been issues of local video.
It sounds fine on my end.
Okay, can you see it? Or no?
I can't see it. Hold on one sec.
Okay. I'm trying to see if there's something I can do. No, but that's okay. I'll just play it because hearing it's more important. We should not have an echo anymore. So that should be fixed.
Brought me to be a fan was it's more than telling the truth. They have done the work to bring the truth. And I'm talking about documentation and the people coming on board willing to talk to them. I don't know how much more I can explain it to you. You know, yesterday somebody come on my channel and said, Ray, you just keep talking, but you don't bring any truth on there. And somewhere back, almost I think 2 or 3 months ago, I said that.
So this is a tacit admission that he doesn't bring anything new. He's just commenting. He doesn't bring any facts or any documentation himself. So it's all you get from Ray is his opinion, which is fine. But so many of these people are like, Ray Bonecrusher, he brings the facts. And you see that on that side. Like I'm the first to say on this show, it is 100% my opinion. Even when I show you facts, you're still getting my opinion. The facts are separate from me.
I had found a channel that is doing that, and that I was going to back off as much as I thought necessary, because it wasn't fair for me to steal their thunder. And I'm not going to steal their thunder. I'm not going to come out here and take subs. That's not what I'm here for. My intent was to help John and Michelle.
What's funny, he has more subs than them. And he got his subs by, he was anti-Jeremy. Then when the whole grudge stuff started, he started doing anti-grudge stuff. And DUI guy gave him a shout out and got him 10,000 subs. And he's lost almost 1,500 of those. Probably over 1,500 because he was over 10,000. So he's losing subs. He's hemorrhaging subs. But the Lees, who I think have 3,000 subs, he's saying, oh, I'm not going to steal their subs.
If I could. I found somebody that not only could help them, but they brought the truth out where it's indisputable. It's the real deal.
It's beautiful.
When you're looking at their channel, they're not BSing, and they have big hearts. It's you just.
All they do is BS. All they do.
I don't even know what they're fighting about at this point, but this all sounds so dumb.
most of what the Leeches and Ray hear, most of what they say is pretty dumb.
That sounds about right.
I do want to get into because so Ray, so he said he's praising the Lees, okay, but then he gets in here into name calling, and I want to talk about this a little bit.
Biggest problem with hateful words is that when we're in a situation like we are right now, sometimes it gets into a rock throwing contest. Who knows? I know I've said some words today I haven't said before, so I'm no virgin when it comes to swearing. Sherry Miller says, I used to watch JH. I left because of him, not John and Michelle, and all the name calling of anyone who disagrees with him.
So, yeah, they're mad. He's mad about Jeremy's name calling, but yet John and Lynette, John, who literally said, "I've got a picture of Jeremy's girlfriend with my penis in her mouth, and I'll post it." Like that's okay.
Also, just a little FYI here. No, that is not okay. It's what's known as revenge porn. There's not only a federal statute, but all states except for 2 have that in their legal system. So you can have fun with that.
So here's the thing: he doesn't actually have that. He's just making. John was just making accusations online. That's
Oh, of
what he did.
course.
He and the other thing is there's a bunch of women out there that so like when this was all starting back in the summer of 2023, a bunch of us were posting about stuff. And when it was a female, John would go into their DMs and send them threatening messages. And but he wouldn't do it to men. That was the thing I noticed. He wouldn't do it to men. Um
Oh, so he likes to try and intimidate people he feels are weaker than him?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Oh, what a classy dude.
Yep, yep. Um, so yeah, and they're claiming that Jeremy stalks and harass them, but there's literally a video out there of John saying, "Oh, we just saw Jeremy and Brett going onto Jeremy's property. Let's go down here and wait for him." And then, like when Jeremy and whatnot, he threatens Jeremy with, "I'm like something like I'm armed. Let's see what goes boom." Like, and the local sheriff wouldn't do anything about that threat. But
Oh my goodness.
Mhm.
Yeah, Nancy, I would try, but this is like such a trifecta that I'm just kind of learning as I go.
uh, now this one doesn't have to do with the case. It's just kind of funny. The Lees start giving medical advice. Now, if someone, I'll just tell you right now, if someone said this in my chat, I would be saying, stop what you're doing right now and call 911. That's what I would be doing. But let's listen.
Right. Crimson must call, not Lisa. What?
Well, if Crimson is having problems with the throat closing because of an allergic reaction, somebody
If
should
your
call
throat is
911.
if your throat is hold on. If your throat is closing up because of an allergic reaction, you really should go to either.
Call 911.
Then why are you typing here? You need to call 911 or go to the hospital, hon.
It's generally good advice.
Tell someone to take you to the hospital, something.
Like, first off, get some epinephrine. If you have,
Yeah, you shouldn't be typing here.
Me too, TC. We're not here to learn. We're here just to mock. Like,
I'm here to do both, I feel like.
I hope they learn through our mocking. But yeah, like I don't think they have the smartest audience. Like if you are having an allergic reaction, don't talk about it. PSA. And I think Cass might agree with this. if you're in my chat and you're having an allergic reaction, I don't want to see your comments. I just want you to contact 911.
Yes, please call 911. That is an emergent situation. Thank you.
So, and this circling back to Ray Bone Crusher, he was in their chat. He was in their chat, and we had this exchange. So let me pull this one up.
Ray's calling me out, Tori.
What?
Ray is calling me out. He says I sound like Marilyn McHugh, like I have the same like voice, like even talking voice, like the same pitch as her. So, and I've actually gone and listened to some of her songs just to see. I can't sing some of her songs, I can tell you that. But I don't know. I'm not a singer, guys. I'm not. I've sang with bands and stuff. I mean, I've had
with their angelic voice of just talking. You're not a singer. Right, Native Pride. That's a life-threatening issue. But yeah.
Yeah.
I have musicians around my whole life. So I mean I've sang, but I'm not a singer. And I don't say I can sing at all. I like to sing, but I don't say I can.
So we're all saved because she's not going to be singing. Thank you.
What can I say except you're welcome?
And then I've got one more video of the Lees here.
Here we go, right? Whoa.
So, okay, with this one, there's some type of animal that she was sent, like babies, like tadpoles or something. And she, rather than put them like somewhere, she puts them into a Tupperware container.
Boy, was I wrong.
Oh,
Boy, was I wrong. You know when you
and that's the other thing. They spelled perjury wrong. They spelled it with a G. So clearly, we're dealing with some people who are their Mensa applications have yet to be accepted.
get like a package delivered to you from Amazon, it's got like that brown paper in it to use for like filler.
Yeah.
Okay, so this big square box comes and it's got that brown paper in it to use for filler, right? So I'm like, all right. So I open the box and see the paper and I start pulling the paper out. No, mealworms everywhere, all over and in that paper. I'm like, that's crumpled up, and they're all over it. I'm like, ah! And I'm like, okay. and Squat Pump was here. She's like, oh no. She's like, no. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? And I'm like, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get an actual Tupperware bowl. And I'm like,
I find her voice horrible. It's like nails on a chalkboard. Do you know how hard it was for me, for you in the audience? Do you guys know how hard it was for me to listen to this and take clips? I hope you appreciate me doing that for you.
she goes, you're really gonna do that in front of your computer and everything? I'm like, yeah, this might be a freaking bad idea. Because as I'm pulling the paper out, they're just like dropping everywhere. Oh my god, they were all over. I was like, holy shit. I mean, they literally like fell all over me, all over my desk. I'm like taking the tweezers, picking them up and putting them back in.
Mealworms everywhere.
So I went out to the patio and I'm playing. I'm grossing her out. Me grossing her out, really. So that was just totally cool. Like, no, little by little, let's just pull this paper out. I started ripping the paper. Like, up that part's good.
Some worms.
Yeah. But I did make a big mistake. So I put them in a small Tupperware dish thing. There was like over like 300 of them, right? But I forgot to poke holes in the top. so there was no.
Forgot to poke holes in the top for the mealworms.
Yeah.
You killed them.
So, huh?
You killed them.
I didn't kill all of them, but a good majority of the ones that were on the top were down. I'm like, what the? Damn it! So yeah, I forgot to do that. But
Why are you telling that story publicly? Like,
No shame.
I wouldn't like. It's gross. It shows that you're incompetent. It doesn't play well with the audience. I'm just like, why would you show that, or why would you talk about this? I don't get it.
People admit to the wildest shit on the internet, like things that you could not, that freaking Gitmo and waterboarding could not get out of me. I have seen people admit to on the internet. Like, what in the world is wrong with people?
It I'm just like this is after this case is all done, if this is their content, like good luck with that audience. They need to smoke about 20 more packs of cigarettes a day. What's funny about that, TC, is they claim they weren't smokers. And then when they went and built the fence, they did all these videos. What was on the dashboard of their truck? A pack of Marlboros. Like, oh, that's okay, Coop. But yeah, this is the high quality content that they bring, and I'm like, that's a story I would never talk about. Like, wanted for the murder of defenseless tadpoles and mealworms. I was wrong. I couldn't remember what it was. It was mealworms, not tadpoles. But I remembered it was something small.
I saw a lady on TikTok the other day admitting that she did not know what crabs are and that she had said crabs. And I was like, oh, ma'am, just please stop talking.
Yeah, people put the weirdest things online and are like, "Oh, this is Cracker Jack material."
Nancy, I have not seen that, but if you are dumb enough to do that, it sounds like you're dumb enough to have that happen.
Nancy, are you talking about the woman who was buying all the cans of Coke with her SNAP benefits and then was pouring out the Coke in the parking lot so that she could turn all the cans in and get cash? Which is such a stupid, like,
I
you
mean,
you could sell those
it's
cans of Coke for more than you'll get the can for.
it's dumb. I don't necessarily know that that violates their SNAP benefits, but dumb for sure. Now, if you were to
But
buy
and
it
she
and
lost her
then
SNAP
sell the
benefit.
product you bought it I don't know. But pouring it out and turning it in for money, I don't know. That's a little bit more complex.
It 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 is against most states SNAP, and the woman did do she did a TikTok video afterwards stating that she had lost her SNAP benefits, and it was like, well, yeah, yeah, but you're committing fraud on the government. You bought stuff. They gave you money to get food. You bought stuff
Yeah.
and didn't imbibe it.
I mean, it seems, I just don't know like what specific stipulations would be in place for that. But I mean, if they did it, they did it. I'm not going to challenge it. I feel like if you're dumb enough not to use those benefits, then that's on you.
Yeah, at least here in California, I can tell you that when you get SNAP benefits, you have to agree that it's food for you, because there's a lot of cases of like people using their SNAP benefits and then here I'll use my card, you just give me the cash. And There's also some Snap discounts that people get. So yeah, that happens all the time.
Yeah.
But it's fraud, and if you for me, if you're doing that and getting away, I really don't care so much. But when you're posting it online that's what you're doing, you're more.
Yeah. When you blatantly record it and they're like showing that you're abusing or defrauding the system, that's you just got to take what comes with it. Like that's the whole thing about it.
And the next thing I'm going to get into here, I've got other videos, is Spawn Trooper. He used to be on the show earlier this week. He issued some threats. And so I have those videos. And I know he's not going to do a copyright claim because this one I'm going to show the full video because he will not fill out a copyright claim because he doesn't want people to know his name and address. And when you fill out a copyright claim, guess what you have to provide? You have to provide that plus an ID to YouTube. And if he copyright strikes me, we'll have a whole.
I mean, if you use copyright and royalty-free, what's it called again? Copyright and royalty-free. There you go.
Let me just say, he is not an expert on copyright law at all. Like, I had to educate him on a couple things.
Just sending a little message across the bows. I know who you are. Let's play a game, shall we?
And here's I'll say, I know the person that he's talking about, and it's not me. It's not anyone that we've talked about as it applies to his previous threats. And I'll just say it's someone that he outed on Facebook, and I'll just say it was not a very smart thing for him to do. And we'll see more of that later. Like I've already talked to that individual, and we've got a plan on some stuff.
Let the war begin. This is going to be fun. This is going to be fun. I warned you. I warned people, back the fuck off. And you just didn't want to fucking do it. So we're going to be some home truths. DD214.
Okay, so that's a threat to me. He is stating that he has my DD214. Ladies and gentlemen, I will tell you right now, that is a 100% lie. To get someone's DD214, the military member in question has to release it. I have never released my DD214. He does not have my DD214. So he's just lying to the people who watch his show. That's all he's
Yeah,
doing.
that I was about to say you could only acquire DD214 that way, or some agency or somebody within an agency illegally released it, and then you got an even bigger problem on your hands. So
Exactly.
yeah.
Now, one thing you can do you can do a FOIA request for a DD214.
Yeah.
But what you're going to get is a heavily redacted copy. They'll provide it to you, but it's going to block everything, every personally identifiable information out. And everything, like what they could get is my statement of service, which pretty much says, yes, I was in the military. I was in the Marine Corps. Here were the dates. And that's about it. Now, everything on my DD214, which tells you units I was with, awards that I've gotten. Now, you can get my awards, but you have to FOIA those separately. Awards that I've gotten. I'm trying to think, like training that I did. You're not going to get any of that. All that's going to be blocked out on the DD214. If he wants my awards, he should FOIA my awards. But the person that he thinks is me is someone else that he outed, and we're taking action there. But this is just him lying to his audience, because he's taking a shot in the dark.
He just didn't want to fucking do it. So we're going to be some home truths. DD 214, criminal record, reprimands. Ooh, there's a lot of shit coming to the surface.
So
I would be like, you've got my DD 214, post it. Like, but you know,
right.
I'm crazy that way.
Here's the thing: he doesn't have I can tell you right now, he does not have DD 214. He does not have a criminal record because I will state publicly, I do not have a criminal record. Like I don't have one. I've never been arrested. So
Oh, that parking ticket you got when you were 24 is coming to light. God dang it.
I've got speeding tickets. I've got so I did get a ticket for my car not being registered, but that was tossed out because I was able to prove that not only did I register, I paid the money, I registered my car. They just were sending the tags to my ex-wife's house because they had screwed up on my address. So every time they would try to send to my address, it was coming back. So they went to my previous address, which is where my ex-wife was, and of course she was tossing it in the shit can. So yeah, I did get cited for not having my vehicle registered, but that got tossed out in court. As far as any criminal charges, I've talked about, my ex-wife and her boyfriend attacked me September of 2023. I defended myself. He and I both put charges against each other there. The DA refused to prosecute on me because it was a self-defense claim, and they refused to prosecute them because the DA said, "Well, you kicked his ass, so I don't think a jury would convict them of attacking you." And so it became a
Fair
wash.
enough.
But I was not arrested. It was a civilian bringing charge against me, and I brought the charge against him, and nothing came of it. So.
It may be in a criminal record, but like either way, it'll show like the outcome of what occurred. Like even sometimes speeding tickets will show up on a background check, but
Yeah.
it'll still show that it was like a negated outcome or it was paid or whatever that may be.
And I've talked about all this. He was on the channel when I talked about all this. So I think I don't think he has my criminal record. And he's talking about reprimands. Reprimands are not a part of your official military record. The only way you can have, like if you have reprimands, when you in the U.S. military, when you get discharged, if it's a pattern of misconduct, you'll get what we call either a general other than honorable or a bad conduct discharge. And that's for pattern of misconduct. But you're not going to get that for a reprimand. You'll get that for a bunch of reprimands or doing drugs, things where they're not even going to take you to court martial. They're just going to process you out. And so that's what those are for. So I'll tell you, like, have I gotten ass chewings? Absolutely. If you're not getting ass chewings in the military, it's because you're not working hard enough. But I'll bring you on, Georgie. Sorry. There we go. Welcome, Georgie. And what we call either a non-putative letter of caution or an actual letter of reprimand, that is not necessarily public record. So that would not be released to the public unless there's an incident that has public knowledge. Then they will say, okay, in lieu of court martial, this person has been reprimanded. But even then, the reprimand letter, not made public. Hi, Georgie.
Hey.
We can't hear you. Figure out whatever it is. I'll keep playing this, and then just let us know when you got your mic.
Oh yes. Oh yes. Oh yes. That's something else I'm going to show you. Seriously, I shit you not. I shit you not. There is some stuff coming that's gonna
More threats from
it's
this
gonna
guy.
rock the world.
I told him last
It's gonna
time,
rock the world.
post what you have.
Yeah.
and
People
Casey,
have
it was nothing.
A lot
people
of
have
times I
such
like
an
people to see what I've got in
overestimated
my
view
hand.
of their importance. It's gonna
Oh,
rock the
absolutely.
world.
Absolutely. And I'm going to say it again. If you have my DD214, post it, because that would be illegal and that would be harassment. Like, you don't have the balls to post it.
Because then they make the big mistake and they think false sense of security. The warnings were given and you failed to follow those
Warnings for
warnings.
what?
So he's been talking for months that he was going to expose me, and he wouldn't use my name for a lot of it. Well, then after they brought on um sorry, just trying to help Georgie with her stuff this morning. Yeah, so the he had DJ Radis on and they trashed Uncle Frank, as we've been doing, which, by the way, everyone go to the Give Send Go and give money to Uncle Frank and his family. And they were saying that Uncle Frank wasn't a real person. He wasn't a veteran. This was just a scam. Well, me and Veteran Nation Foundation, we were doing and are doing that Give Send Go, and they were attacking a veteran and the veteran's family. So I immediately took issue with it and I called him out by name. He got really pissed at that, and then it went back with. Then he was giving us threats by name, threatening me, threatening Georgie, and saying, "Oh, I've got information." And I was like, "Post your information. I know what you got. It's DMs. Post them. I don't care. I don't care if the world saw my DMs." And he posted them. He's like, "See, he lied." They don't prove I lied at all. They don't. It just proves that he had something in his head that he thought I lied. But now he's back to threats again. And he did this earlier this week. So I had people send me these clips because they knew he was talking to me. Here's another threat.
Warnings were given and you failed to
I don't care about his warnings.
follow those warnings. And I know people
Oh
don't want this.
no.
And I know, I understand. But here's one thing. When you take it offline, when you take it to a point where you have legal activities going on,
I've never taken anything offline. I've done everything here on the show.
Here's my whole thing. This is the most over dramatic BS I have ever
Right?
seen. Like, nut up, dude. Like, calm down. It is YouTube. It is not that serious. I said what I said.
Like, he's upset. He's very jealous of Georgie and me, how close we've gotten. And he's like, "Oh, she came from out of nowhere." Georgie has been messaging me with stuff about the What the Hell's case for a while, way before I ever brought her on. She was big on TikTok and had her stuff that she was doing on TikTok, and then created her YouTube based off that, and we started collaborating. I'm allowed to collaborate with people. He's jealous that I was collaborating with her. She was criticizing him behind the scenes, telling him when he'd be on my show, quit yelling at people in my chat, quit getting people to unsubscribe from my channel. It's fine if you want to do it on your channel, but don't come into Skippers and do it. And I didn't really like it. I understand why she was doing it. I didn't make it a big deal. I actually was kind of entertained a little bit about it. But I said to everybody, look, whenever they would try to talk to me about it, I don't want to be involved. And he's like, "Well, did you have DMs talking to him?" I said, "I have DMs telling them I don't want to be involved." And apparently that means I was talking behind his back and lying to him.
Yeah.
And it's like,
Thanks, Coop. Here you are new to this cast and you seem to think the same as most of us do. Yeah, I'm sorry. It's the internet. Like, man, it's not that serious. Come
Right,
on.
right. Yeah. I'm not going into his background. I'm not. Do I have information on him that he doesn't want made public? Absolutely, I do. Am I trying to go public with it? No. I leave me alone. Like, I haven't talked about him in well over a week, and here he was this week talking about me, and I'm just laughing about it now. Hey, Georgie, we
So
can hear you.
basically, he's just a big baby. Yes, we can hear you now. Hey, Georgie.
Yay! Good morning.
Yeah, and he's upset. So now he's taken it offline. He's now trying to look into my DD-214, my criminal record, my statement of service, all this stuff, right?
He
And I'm
claims
just
he already
like,
has it.
yeah, he's claiming that he already has it. He doesn't. He might have my criminal record because that's public information. I don't care. There's nothing in there. Post it.
Right.
And I'm assuming if he filed a FOIA request, he's overseas, yeah? Like he's out
Yeah.
of England. I'm going to say that the government is going to be even less prompted to answer that, like more an answer with like a middle finger of why the hell would you need that ever? Like that would be my guess.
He'll get an answer. He'll be told that he'll be told one of two things. One, he'll either get a redacted copy of my DD-214, which will only show my name. Everything else will be blacked out. Or he'll be told this has not been authorized for release. If you'd like a statement of service, you have to do a different FOIA request.
That sounds about right.
Vet firefighter, he's got PTSD. I can tell you that. He's got PTSD. He refuses to acknowledge it and go for treatment. And that's why he lashes out. This happens with many veterans. So that's why I when he's did this stuff for well over a month, I ignored a lot of it. And I was just like, well, I'm just going to move on and he'll move on. But then when he brought in DJ Radis and Uncle Frank and started going after another veteran, that's why I was like, no, that's for me. Now you're crossing a line. Let me play the rest because we're about half done with this one.
Always.
I guarantee he's probably watching.
Especially when you've got illegal activities.
What do you want?
You made one big mistake. You did it to someone who's actually got programs that inform them when it's happening.
If you
Big
have these
mistake.
programs, you're breaking laws.
Exactly. He's using. He's got. I'll tell you. I'll pull back the curtain. He's got people who are still connected in military and law enforcement circles who are feeding him information. They are using their systems inappropriately.
Oh, that's also against the law.
Yeah, you also can do that.
Yep. I look, I'm not familiar with UK law, but I would venture to say it's at least a violation of privacy or a policy. I'll
They
say
have stricter laws than we do about things like that.
generally they do. I've never looked into it. If that were in the US, if someone from the US is feeding it, I guarantee you they are absolutely breaking the law.
Oh, they are. If they're releasing like a DD-214 or a confidential form like that, they absolutely are. I'll look into UK though. I'll make that my mission.
When well, if he gets anything on me, post it. Just for those, and I know there's people here who watch his show. Just call him out and tell him to post it. You're not going to bother me.
I gotta go follow him so I could be like, post it. Post it. I want to see it. You better post it.
If you call him out, he will ban you from his chat. That's what he does.
I don't
Yep.
care.
He was
It's a badge
mad
of
because
honor.
I wouldn't bring him on the show when I finally started talking about him by name. I let him stay in the comments, but I wouldn't bring him onto the show. And he was so upset.
He demanded you bring him on. And I'm like,
and then he did a live stream about me, and I went into his comments, and he banned me from the comments. I was like, okay, dude, you like.
No offense, but
Uh,
that shows who the bigger person is. We allowed him to sit in the chat and talk.
yeah, like,
And
and
then he
I
turned
like
around and yeets you for one word.
I did to him just like what I did with the haters from the fleas. I highlighted his comments. I put them on the screen so everyone could see them. I wasn't afraid of anything that he had. Like he put me in timeout one day when I called him out. Yeah, that's what he does. He puts people in timeout. He does not want to hear anything. And he even gets people, like when people are not calling him out, if he misreads it, he goes off. And have I ever gone off on the chat ever?
No, not
I
since
don't
I've been
think I have.
around.
Like even when the haters have been in here, like I've said, no. Like I'll confront what they're saying, but I've never like gotten into name calling and stuff that he has.
Oh, he's now
So
attacking Tug and Megan.
he badly wants Megan and Tug's attention. Badly. Like when I asked Megan to come on her trucking stream, that was because he was like, we got to get on and play with her. And I was like, oh, okay. It's like playing video games, not a big thing for me. I'll do it, but it's not my thing. His channel was primarily video games before he started talking about what the hails. I think he had like 100 subscribers, but whatever. The dude just, I'm tired of these threats. Like, do it. Don't threaten me. Put up or shut up, dude. And with the one person who did make the anonymous post about him, they contacted me. It's not my position to say who
No,
that is.
Rogue One.
Yeah, right. That's cops for you. Yeah, I have talked to that individual, and we have a little bit of a plan of something that we're gonna do, and that'll be fun. It'll be a fun thing. Like it'll probably piss him off, but it'll be fun. Like people will laugh about it at the end of the day. I'm just reading the chat here. Oh, we're
Good
talking
morning,
about Spawn
Jam.
Trooper. Jam. We're talking about Spawn Trooper and his threats. He's making new threats, and he just needs to move on with his life. He's a YouTube terrorist. So that was all the big things, making fun of the haters and all the other YouTube channels that just have incredibly bad takes. What do you guys got going on this morning? Anything?
I'm just getting out of bed.
My
It's-
kids are running around and playing.
The girls are still asleep, and Tony's in there playing GTA.
It's good stuff.
I enjoy GTA. I have played it. I'm one of those guys who does a lot of trolling on GTA. Like I don't care about winning, anything. Like I've done missions with my son before, but that's about it. Yeah, vet firefighter. That's why I don't like when this stuff happens. I don't immediately run to YouTube because you want to let everything kind of calm down, get your emotions in check. But some of these people immediately run to YouTube, and that's not healthy. That's a plan for failure.
Mhm.
This is the same reason I don't text people when I'm over sleepy because you know how some people say, "Oh, you don't want to send a drunk text." No, for me it's not that. It's that you don't want to send I don't want to send a text when I'm sleepy cuz I get cranky and overly annoyed and I'm already like I just know better than to text anybody when I'm overly tired. I'm gonna wait till tomorrow and if I still feel the same way, then I'll text you. I almost never do.
That's me before coffee.
The whole world could be making you mad, and then you drink the coffee and you're like, "Okay, I was being a little crazy."
Yeah, that's I I will text people if I'm tired, but I probably shouldn't, just because I'm like what I send will probably just not make sense. I don't worry about drunk texting too much. Um, I'm not the guy. I'm not the guy trying to get back with my exes. It actually gets reversed. My exes try to get back with me.
See, like for me, it's never anything like that. Like, if I'm like have had a little bit or whatever, like I've never sent anything weird like on a text. When I may just be like giggly. Like that's the worst you're gonna get out of me if I'm like a little bit tipsy. But like if I tired text you and like you like sort of maybe made me upset, but not about anything real or something that I couldn't get over when I'm not sleepy, but like it will be like the biggest offense ever if I'm like uber tired. So I'm like, I'm not gonna text you right now. I'm gonna text you tomorrow after I've slept.
I get a lot of people who text me late at night, and I'm asleep, and I've been sleeping really good here lately. Like for someone who's battled insomnia, and that's why I keep telling people when you have PTSD or you have mental stuff going on, go get help. It gets better. I, I think I've gone a month of good sleep.
That's good.
In fact, I had a weird dream. I actually tweeted a little bit about it last night. I There's a Twitter follower that I have that I've interacted with pretty good. I had a dream where she was in Vegas while I was in Vegas and we got married. It was very weird.
Who was in Vegas?
It was a dream that me and this Twitter follower just happened to be in Vegas at the same time. And in my dream, we decided to go to like the Vegas chapel and get married by Elvis.
Yeah, TC, I don't know if those are the kind of inappropriate texts you want because they're just mean. You like I don't think that would be the kind of text you would be wanting from me. Like, why didn't you call me last week on Friday? Kind of shit I would never be mad about normally, but like because I'm overtired and overworked up, it like turns into that.
It's okay. TC likes being abused.
Oh, that's hot. I got you, boo.
I did have someone in the chat the other day who doesn't like that I rock in my chair. And it's like they're like, you seem nervous, like how bubbles. And like this is
That
not
was me. I was picking on you.
Oh, was it? This is my relaxing rock. I'm just like just chilling. Reminds me of drunk texts. What was that? Reminds me of drunk texts and your thoughts exposed. I mean, potentially.
Yeah, that's fun, but he's sober when he does it.
Right? Like some thoughts should not be shared with the world.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that's the thing is like it's just my thoughts that I don't want to share because it's not really something that if I'm being logical would be like, okay, this is not something I'm actually mad about, but because I'm like tired and ridiculous, it is.
I find some of my like female friends will sometimes get upset with me because whenever I say things, most of the time I am joking. I like having fun. I'm a very playful individual, and they'll take something wrong and just go very high into the right with it, uh, and just like lose their shit. And I just remind myself I I can't control the way others feel about things. I can only control how I react to them.
Yeah, I don't really understand that. It's super hard to offend me, so I don't ever understand that mindset, but I know it happens to some people.
They need to remember with me, I'm a dick. I told you I added to the soundboard. Did you guys like that where I posted the picture of me as Gru? That was 2 Halloweens ago.
Oh,
No.
I am pretty comfy. It's getting colder here again, so I got to keep the sweatshirt on.
it'll be cold here in the mornings, but the last couple of days this week it got up to like fucking 90 and I was like, well, that's Texas.
Don't even get me fucking started. Trust me.
Oh.
No.
Yeah, I've got my one buddy. I need to get down to Austin. He lives down there, and we've been talking for almost a year about me getting down there. Um, we're rocking in that. I need to get a better chair. This one I got from a local hotel, and it's a nice computer chair, but it's starting to get beat up, and I just it's got to be comfy for me. You know what I mean?
That makes sense.
You guys watching the Super Bowl today?
No, absolutely not.
Chiefs are gonna win. It's rigged, so I'm like, maybe I'll have it on, but I really am not gonna pay too much attention.
I don't even know who's playing in it. Just the answer's already no.
Eagles and the Chiefs. The Chiefs are gonna win 38-35
And how do we know this?
because it's rigged.
But what if the Eagles win?
And then I'll eat crow, and I'll happily. I've been wrong before, but if you search who won the Super Bowl, it comes up that the Chiefs beat the Eagles 38-35. So I'm like, okay, that's what they're going for. Absolutely, Sharon. Tomorrow is not promised.
Josh Slocum of Disaffected Podcast, my next installment on law enforcement. Oh, I love it.
Georgie, I don't know if you were watching earlier. We did go through a little bit of Bruce's motion.
Yeah, that was a headache last night.
Like, now they have to give a deposition.
Yep.
Like, okay, now you're a plaintiff. So yeah, now you have to. Do you have a link to your Substack, TC? Excuse me. And Georgie, you've been doing some big moves. I'm noticing.
I did. I applied for some affiliate programs.
Whoop whoop. Was it?
We are
Olay?
at 975 this morning.
Damn, 25 away from monetization.
Yep.
You'll make it. You will make it.
So with me doing the applications with the affiliate programs for certain products, I learned that there is a contract.
Yes.
So them messing up Jeremy's contract is definitely a thing with
Yes.
OLED. I mean, it's your typical guidelines and whatnot that you have to accept, but it's still a contract nonetheless.
Yes, it is. And you think the attorneys would know this? But Bubbles is,
Especially a labor attorney of all people.
I don't think Bubbles is a good attorney.
Oh, speaking of that, you said you went over some of his stuff from last night.
Mhm.
You noticed that wasn't his writing, right?
Oh yeah, yeah.
I
Oh,
pointed that out.
That's one thing I didn't tell Cass. So he has another attorney who's decided to interject himself into this case.
An ex-attorney because he lost his job.
Yes, he has been disbarred. He was in jail for a while. True.
He
correct?
spent time in federal prison. Yes.
Yep.
Is it Michael Avenatti? I'm just
No,
fucking with
Robert
you.
Luthman,
Yeah, Luthman.
and who immediately, as soon as he interjected himself, just started making threats towards that umbrella guy, Tug. And Tug is just like posting all this stuff about him. And but yeah, now he's got him writing all this stuff, and I don't think he's disclosed that to the court at all. I haven't seen it disclosed.
Interesting.
Patrick W. off subject, but does anyone know about federal regulations on photographing bald eagles in the wild? You can photograph anything that your eyes can see.
Yes.
You're protected by the First Amendment. Now, if you have to climb something, whatever you're climbing, you might need permission for. But if there's just a bald eagle flying, take as many pictures as you want.
Yeah, I would think the only way that might possibly apply, I don't know what sort of like influence maybe flash photography could potentially have on it, and or if you're disturbing a habitat, potentially, but I don't focus on bird law, okay?
Are you an It's Always Sunny fan?
I am, yes. I know
Bird
a
law.
lot about the law and various other lawyerings.
Filibuster. Why are you saying filibuster? Do you even know what that means? What could happen if the judge finds someone else is writing the motion? It's essentially defrauding the court. You're not being upfront and honest with the court. So the judge could dismiss the motion just upon that. He could issue sanctions if he wanted to. Lots of things the judge can do.
Technically, if you're doing the work as like a paralegal, and it depends on the state whether they have to have specific licensing or not. There's only a few states where paralegals have to be licensed. Technically, somebody else could write it, but the lawyer needs to approve it, sign it, all those things. Like it's not just you can just do whatever and submit it to the court. That doesn't work that way.
I am
Bill
here
and
to
Bobby
derail
Brown.
as usual. Cast, why are you 5'1"?
Because that's the way you like it, bitch.
Jersey has admin controls.
Yes. Yes, I do.
Pure racism.
You were saying?
Got him muted.
No shit.
Ugh.
Racism.
Oh, quit crying.
I'm currently writing papers. I don't know what's going on. And oh gosh. Megan's still struggling.
You need to stop calling her elderly. I think I'm older than her.
Oh no, I just oh boy. I got something great for my I'll send it to you on Facebook, Mike, so you can pull it up. It's for my next thumbnail for the video of me teaching Megan how to use OBS and such.
Slug knows how to write.
Right?
I know, right? There you go. I sent it via Facebook, Mike.
It's okay. We'll proofread your misspellings.
Oh God. Cutting this out. Here we go.
It's Grandma
rude.
Megan.
Grandma Megan.
Is that Slug's wifey?
No, that's no.
The giveaway is the fox ears and tail that you're making fun of Megan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, in her next song, there's a line saying, I prayed to Jesus for help and he sent me a Zoomer that can't feed himself. Like, damn. First, you locked me in a basement.
I mean, but that might be the place for you.
I don't know, man. At least I'm not using ScamYard.
The fuck is a scam yard?
StreamYard.
It
I don't
is
even
a
know what that
fucking
is.
scam. It is a scam product. I don't care if I get sued by them. I will take that lawsuit. That one I will take the lawsuit for. Near $1,000 for subpar content, bad quality video, bad quality.
They
That's
won't
an
sue
opinion.
you because you won't lose them any money, and nobody cares what you think, sweetie.
It's an opinion, so you can have an opinion.
Yeah.
Opinions are protected.
Yes, yes. It's like me thinking Georgie can read. Please do. I'm
Again,
sleepy.
I have admin powers in here, buddy.
Yeah, I
can
know.
kick you out.
But you'd miss me.
I do miss you. It's cute how many of the chat doesn't realize this is just how we are with each other.
I love seeing the chat thinking that, like, for example, if Megan is cursing me out on stream, they think, oh, Megan hates Slug now. That's an example, chat. That's not a real thing that happened.
TC says send nudes.
Oh God, no.
I'm just mean to Slug because Georgie told me he likes the abuse, so I'm here for it.
I really think he is because it keeps coming back for more.
Well, I gotta add content somehow.
Are you live right now?
No.
Okay.
I'm writing papers, my guy.
You could be doing that live. I don't know.
Well, I tried, then I got bored, then I'm like, fuck. I gotta write this in fucking 3 languages.
So I had someone comment on my stream last night.
Oh God.
John Cook is not a plaintiff in the Trespass 5 case. Only Lynette and HG are, just for your info. No shit, Sherlock.
Actually, no, I think that's incorrect. Let me take a look here, because he had, like, I thought he was named.
No, because John was in jail when that happened.
Yeah, but for the other stuff that they're saying, like the thumbnails, I'll pull it up.
We were talking about the trespass case. But even if John
No, they're
isn't
adding
a
the trespass.
plaintiff, he's still tied to Lynette, and that will still look bad on him threatening Travis.
Yeah, but they've added the trespass to the case. Hold on here. Let me pull it up.
This flamethrower is almost done. I'm so excited.
Yeah, here. I'm gonna show it. He's a plaintiff now.
On the trespass case?
No, on the federal case.
No,
Jeremy,
he's
do
a
you know-
defendant on the federal case, but this person was saying that he's not a plaintiff in the Trespass 5 case. Even if he's not a plaintiff,
Okay.
he is Lynette's spouse. He lives on that property. So him attacking Travis the other day at the store and telling Travis he was going to whoop his ass,
Yep.
that's still going to look bad on her
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
in the
absolutely.
trespass case.
Yeah, that's witness intimidation potentially. It's all goes by how the judge will view it.
Any negative or positive statements? I disavow. Oh, Cass, why were you licking a gecko at 4 a.m, man? What the fuck?
Why weren't you? God, what the hell is wrong with you? You're not licking
I-
geckos? Fucking
I'm not gonna
weirdo.
lick geckos anymore. Come on, we worked hard in rehab over this.
Listen, sometimes you just gotta give in to your urges, okay? Lick those geckos.
Just because you crave the gecko pussy does not mean the rest of us want normal lives.
Listen, that sounds like judgment to me, so
It
you
is
can
judgment.
hush.
I am judging your kinks.
Judge these nuts.
What nuts?
Don't worry about it, sweetheart. Don't worry
Why are they
about
so?
it.
Don't worry about it. You ain't got any, woman.
Oh,
Again,
she's now denying it, even though her lawyer
she posted in
admitted to
here,
it.
and this is a post on the fake group. So she says she was never served with the cease and desist ever. Prove it. Well, I'm pretty sure they sent it certified mail. And then in this, admit that the plaintiff had a cease and desist letter sent to the defendants. Like,
Exactly.
your own
That's what
lawyer
I'm
threw
saying.
you under
He
the bus.
admitted to it.
Oh my god, these are not the smartest people.
Oh,
Coop, we
Lord,
don't
no.
discuss the alien orgies. Come on, man. You were the one that organized them.
Listen, I asked for them to probe me. That's not what I got, and I am filing a lawsuit, okay?
I can see Cass suing like a bunch of aliens for like, you're not probing me in the ass nice enough. Then you made me
Who
go
said anything about
outside.
nice enough? Jeez.
I want
Well,
the
I'm
chat.
sorry.
to
They
know-
wanted.
I asked Cass out on a date, and she said only if she could peg me. So I'm not about that, and so
With
What do you
Sharpies?
mean?
Listen.
Bullshit, Mike. We all know you went on that date just for the fun of it.
Is she gonna peg you with Sharpies?
No,
You goddamn
Mike
right.
wanted
You
Mike
goddamn
wanted to
right.
deal with Cass being a pain in the ass in different ways.
we have a Twitter group that I named the Big Sharpie Group, Big Butt Sharpie Group.
Oh, I thought it was the N-word.
No,
What?
'cause we got-
Cass, you sent me racial slurs at 2 a.m.
Don't you put that on my name, motherfucker.
I can pull it up. It's literally saying slug, N-word.
I don't think you understand how this works right now.
Georgie is loving the admin controls.
Oh, absolutely. Don't mess with my Cass.
Thanks,
N-word,
Georgie.
N-word, N-word, N-word.
Slug, just because you send people shit like that, that's projection, sir, okay?
I put him in the corner.
The
Thank you
white
so
women are
much.
attacking the Latino. Racism.
Bless your heart.
Okay, I'm going to show something. This is why I love TC. Oh, hold on.
TCD's nuts.
No, I got to put it back up because I got to turn off the audio. I don't want you guys echoing. TC posted this. Wonder if Sheriff Steve Sandvik ever got help for his alcohol problem after being caught under the influence while on duty and harassing Mower County Sheriff's Office and Mower County government staff. Not shocking that he and Sheriff Kevin Torgerson would hang out together. Sleazeball's gonna sleazeball. Damn it, TC, I love it.
Oh, I'm looking at dolphins. They're cool. Oh God, that's how Cass moans? Ew. It was either Cass or Mike. It sounds like both.
Bitch, you'll never hear it, so don't worry
Thank
about it.
God. Thank God. That would be awkward.
Yeah, I would never fuck you, so there's that.
Oh, thank
Oh,
God. Jesus, you answered my prayers.
Good.
So why is your forehead so big? How much knowledge have you hoarded?
Stop looking at pictures of your mom and pretending it's me, you fucking weirdo.
oh.
Oh, I'm just kind of waiting for the next joke.
Yeah, it was pretty succinct.
You could have done better on that one, though.
He's not on camera. I'm wondering if he's
That-
not on camera for a reason. He's purposefully going after you two to say stuff. He might be touching.
Gross.
No, I am typing. I'm writing papers.
I'm trying to
Papers
remember
about
how I
what?
changed names last time.
StreamYard, Restream Studio, all scams. Even though I'm sponsored by Restream.
Even though he's sponsored by Restream.
Let's see.
The DA who went on a rampage in my area. I'm not sure which one.
I feared that noise.
I don't know about a DA that had a rampage. We had a guy who ran over a kid who did, like, he was a tow truck driver for the sheriff, and they allowed him, rather than arrest him, they allowed him to turn himself in on his own recognizance after like 96 hours. Bless you. Slug is out looking for space Latinas.
Yeah. Let's go! Mommy, let's go! Remember, buy your
The
Space
annoying-
Latina shirts.
Is that the annoying little brother we didn't ask for?
Yeah. You know, it's accurate.
Definitely.
Look, y'all are against abortions. You could have solved the issue of me way before I got here.
Oh, I'm not.
Or your mom could have just swallowed.
Listen, that part or butt sex definitely helps. Or even better,
On you on the
there's those
wall, on
post-
your mom's back.
Here you go, Mike.
There's them-
the solution. Space
there's those-
Latinas.
post-birth abortions that Trump doesn't support. I'm now in favor of them. I'm just fucking saying.
Put the baby in the blender. Put the baby in the blender. Put the baby in the blender.
If only I had a
Buy
blender
yours.
sound.
Exactly. Buy your Space Latina shirts now with the link in the description. Viva la Toxicas. Kay, you can't do that. Megan and Tug already locked me in the content basement. They just send over a string down like a random ass hole in the ground, being like,
There, he's in the closet.
okay, queef generator.
What?
You heard me.
I love it when I can just sit back.
Jesus, sir.
Jesus already left. So, tax evasion. Who here loves avoiding their taxes? I know Georgie does.
No, unfortunately, I had to pay mine.
Haha.
Taxation
you're
is
gonna
best,
get
though.
you're gonna get people looked into by the IRS, and nobody needs that. So shushies.
My
Cass,
dog evades taxes.
Cass, have you started doing any merchandise for your show?
Aside from OnlyFans.
No.
You need to have a Polititties podcast shirt with 2 titties on it, because I would
They
buy
sell
that. and wear it.
bras.
Definitely. I'll work on more of that once I get sort of everything back going, which I hope by early March I'll be able to do that. But right now I'm kind of stuck as we're sort of separating all the accounts and everything.
Sure, sure. Well, me and Georgie can definitely help you with that as you go.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Captain Kern said, "Hey, someone told me I can find coffee and a stripper here."
Who's the stripper?
That's on my OnlyFans.
Okay, chat, spam geckos. We all know Cass has no OnlyFans.
He said, "Oh, so we get the skipper." Well, that's okay too.
The skipussy.
Cass is our stripper, but it's only on her OnlyFans.
I want a refund.
I wish I really had one. I feel like that would I just can't do it, but that would be funny if I did.
Here's the thing. You can have an OnlyFans and not take your clothes off. There's several creators who have OnlyFans, and I've considered getting one, just so people be like, "Oh, check out my OnlyFans." So people are like, "He's got an OnlyFans."
So, fun fact: the Georgie used to have one.
Oh God. Ugh.
Used to.
Somebody come get her.
He acted like a stripper.
I didn't
telling
say all that,
Jeebus.
weirdo.
I'm telling Jeebus. Okay, where's Jesus?
Georgie, you gave me some good critiques, so I'm putting out a new logo shirt today.
Really? I'm wearing your
Shut
shirt
the
right
fuck
now.
up.
Whoop whoop.
Hoggies.
I got to get Slug some merch now.
I purposely got it too big so it'd be like a muumuu.
Isn't that what old women wear? Give her a sec, Chad. It takes her 50 years to process.
I got your old lady.
I gotta change this.
We got to start at change.org to stop Gen Z from breeding. It stops with Gen Z.
Okay, so it is now live. People want the new logo shirt, and I put more colors on there too.
Cool.
So more options for colors.
Anal
Next,
beads.
I don't know if they'll let me sell those.
Hmm.
A Veteran Nation massager.
Get your Veteran Nation stress reliever. Beyblade, Beyblade, let it rip. Search up what a Beyblade is.
Yep, Georgie's up to 975.
See.
And Cass is up to 235. Awesome.
Thank y'all so much.
But as you figure out what you're doing with your show, let us know. We want to support you as best we can.
Yeah, it'll probably something similar to what I'm doing right now, but it may just be more guest co-hosts and
Definitely have
opening up
TT
to
on and make fun of his libertarian views.
I definitely will. I'll do it. I just want it to be a little bit more open to different thoughts and not so much of what we were having before, which is only one side. I like input from all different types of people, not just people on the left or people on the, like I like it all over the spectrum.
And if you want to have Alex Jones on your show, we can get a picture and cut out the mouth, and I can come on as Alex Jones from the Alex Jones Show. You know, the schools are pretending to be shot up. You can sue me all you want.
God. I literally the other day, or when Trump announced his new faith leader, the Alex Jones show or the InfoWars was calling her out. And I was like, come on now. It's real bad if Alex Jones is saying you're fucking nuts.
If you want to troll people, all you have to do is whatever take you're going to put out there, put "my pastor says" at the beginning, and people lose their shit.
My pastor says
Yes.
that women don't belong in the kitchen because God made them so they can't cook.
You have no room talking about anyone being able to cook or not.
My pastor says short women don't get rights.
My pastor said he's going to beat up your dad in the parking lot.
My
Thank you, Marianne.
pastor can beat up your pastor. It's like Jesus
That was-
Pokemon.
That was the craziest thing I ever got told on a TikTok live. Somebody's like, I'm going to beat up your dad. I was like, yeah, go find Charlie. See how that works out for you, sweetie.
I
So
just imagine two like church kids being like, my pastor can beat up your pastor.
I was raised Catholic, and I went to a Jesuit high school, an all boys private high school. I had to wear the tie.
We now know why he likes men.
And what was funny is one of the Jesuit brothers, he was really into Star Trek, and he made our class watch one of the Star Trek movies, and we had to write where we saw Jesus in the movie, where we saw Jesus in Star Trek.
Are they retarded?
I mean, that's
Where-
a good way to watch a Star Trek movie, though.
Oh, we enjoyed the class of watching, the movie to try to equate Captain Kirk to Jesus.
How do you find Jesus in a fucking Star Trek?
Well, you know what, then? I've been saved 100 times. Sorry.
How do you find Jesus in Star Trek? That's what the
I'm out here
fuck?
popping it. I'm out here popping it and locking it for
What?
Jesus, okay?
But what? You ain't got no ass.
My ass is very nice, sir. Shush.
Prove it. Prove it.
Send me nudes for
Well,
Jesus.
Oh, no. That's not what my pastor says to do. He just said to pop it
Cass
on that
ain't got
pole,
no
okay?
ass. Cass ain't got no ass.
I have a full body picture posted on Twitter. Go find it your
Prove it.
dang self.
Prove it.
No,
Okay, excuse me.
it's on there.
No evidence.
I didn't say I was
equals
nude
false.
or anything, but
0 out of 10. No ass.
Waste of time.
The Sonoma Nebula. The Sonoma Nebula Confederation requests you stop picking on our Latinas. No! I will harvest as many space Latinas as needed. Mike, show both hands. Show both hands, Mike. Cass ain't got an ass.
I'm looking for a meme that I gotta send you.
Oh, Lord.
I've got it here somewhere. All it says is, send me nudes when you get home so I know you made it safe.
You know, that's a pretty useful spell.
You can send it after every date.
But wouldn't... I don't know. I'd say after every third date. First two, it's like, okay, gotta evaluate.
I'm not
Third,
affected.
okay, then I give a shit. Oh, Georgie, Pork Chop has learned how to use the stairs.
Ha ha!
That fucking little shit. I go upstairs and I'm like, okay, I'm going to bed. This fucking little bitch. This stupid fat fuck.
It'll be okay. Be a
He
good boy.
bites my feet as I'm walking. I'm like, oh, I
I
gotta resist
bite
the
you
urge
too.
to launch that fucker. I gotta resist the urge to launch the fucker to the moon.
I have
Like,
officially turned Skipper into a bottom.
wow, Georgia, you're really pegging people now?
It's
Now
not
you
the one
are
I
a
was
pain in
looking
the
for.
ass.
It's not the one I was looking for, but I do send this one to people.
Oh my
a lot.
god, it's Georgie.
No, that was like a younger version of Mike.
That or Cass without the glasses.
You're really cruising for a bruising by picking on a soulless ginger, aren't you?
I love annoying women. It's just fun.
Conspiracy Kitty said, "Kiss my butt."
Well, Cass has no ass.
Oh, we got mooned by the cat. His butthole was all up in the
Save
camera.
Pork Chop. Chat, we are not saving Pork Chop. Pork
Every
Chop
cat is
will
like
be
that. You
arrested
see
for
my butthole?
tax evasion.
Damn it. I think I might have accidentally taken it out of my favorites. I can't find it.
Boomer moment.
I still have the meme of cut your dick off for climate change, though.
Cut your dick off for climate change.
Same
Look, I'm
person.
from the hood, the
Jesus
clitoral hood.
You can't even find it on your sister wife. Calm down.
You don't have an ass.
Prove it.
You prove it. Prove you have an ass.
What do you want me to like post ass out pictures on the freaking no, thank you, sir.
Wow, you have no
This
ass.
isn't TikTok.
0 out
We
of
can't
10.
behave like that.
You have not been on YouTube long enough. You have not seen the horrors of this hellhole.
I have not.
We behave here, unlike on TikTok.
We behave here. Bullshit. Cass is here being like, ah, yes, I gotta get that gecko pussy. Ooh, woo.
You brought it up.
You admitted
What
to
are you
it.
talking about, sir?
Someone wants a
Gaslight the
piece of a
creep girl
ginger.
boss. Either way, Cass has no ass.
Why are Latino
buddy.
men so persistent?
It's called being retarded.
Was that like
Sir.
supposed to be a flex of some kind?
I'm trying to eat my crayons in peace, okay?
You're not a
Yeah, stick to
Marine. Why are
that.
you eating Mike's crayons?
Charity.
Do you know that Canadians call colored pencils crayon pencils?
Ah,
And that really bothers me.
Fucking maple liquors, man.
oh, I knew Canada sucked.
The syrup went to their brain.
Hmm.
I think I'm going to go ahead and start ending the stream. I got to get something to eat. What do you all think?
Sounds good.
Anime lesbians.
It's a thing. I already know.
Yes, Dennis. Oh God, the chaos of doing tech support for Megan yesterday was great. It's just like
I think Cass has to be Chaos Cass from now on.
well,
I'm
Cass
here
has
for
no
it.
ass, so she has to kind of step up somewhere.
Prove it.
Prove you have an ass.
No, sir, you've made the claim, therefore you have the burden of proof.
That part.
And yet you have no ass.
Well, you keep saying that, but I've yet to see you prove it.
You have no ass.
Sure, buddy.
Speculation.
Okay.
No,
Yeah,
I'm doing
facts not in
defamation.
evidence. Objection, facts not in evidence.
That part.
She has no ass, Chad. She has no ass.
Objection, badgering the witness. All right, folks. Do you guys want to go ahead and plug your channels and everything?
Cass.
Yeah, sure. Mine is Politities on YouTube. We are down right now, but I'm hoping to have it back up by early March. Otherwise, you can also find me on Twitter at Back on My BS Today. And I'm also on TikTok too, just Cass. So either way, you're welcome to follow me, but I appreciate all of you and thank y'all so much for having me. I really appreciate you.
Georgie?
I am 22 away from 1,000, guys.
Please go and subscribe. Let's get her over 1,000 so she can monetize.
Well, fully monetized. I'm halfway
fully
there.
Just for like a day or two, and then if you want to unsubscribe.
Really?
I'm joking.
Listen, Tam was messing with me last night. We were watching my numbers on live time, and it was going up and down, up and down. Tam kept subbing and unsubbing. I told him I was going to put him in the corner.
Believe it or not, that helps because all YouTube sees is that you have content people are interacting with. So he was actually helping you. And everyone, if you want to sub to Slug he's Slug Entertainment on
YouTube,
Twitter, on YouTube, I think he's just Slug.
I think it's Slug Entertainment too.
If you search Slug Entertainment, he comes right up. But it's at Slug. Yep. So, but all right, we're gonna go ahead and end this. You guys go check them out. Any of you guys gonna be live later on today?
Probably not. It is mine and the hubby's 14-year anniversary today.
Woo, woo.
Oh, happy anniversary. Yeah,
Thank
I
you.
probably won't be.
No worries. Give our best to Mr. Wilborn.
Slug said he'll be live tonight.
Okay. Yeah, everyone check out Slug tonight. I'll probably be in there in the comments. Yeah, Georgie's at 978, so let's get her over the hump.
Go.
Let's give Georgie a really nice gift
Anniversary.
for her anniversary. And with that, thank you everyone. Thank you for being here. Thank you for all the comments and for all the likes and everything. And as always, thank you for being worth serving.
Bye.
Coffee brewing as the sun peeks through the haze. Birds are chirping, serenading morning's praise. Front porch creaks as dreams fade away. America's awakened to a brand new day. Old vinyl spinning a sweet old tune. Day starts dancing under a sleepy moon. Newsprint smudges on fingers of grace. America's awakened at her own steady pace. Sips of sunshine in a coffee cup. Simple moments lifting spirits up. From the mountains to the sandy shore. Morning in America, want just a little more. Neighbors waving with a friendly rise. Kids with backpacks chasing daylight skies. Eyes cooling on a windowsill so fine. America's awakened with a heart full of shine. Old vinyl spinning a sweet old tune. Day starts dancing under a sleepy moon. Newsprint smudges on fingers of grace. America's awakened at her own steady pace. Sips of sunshine in a coffee cup. Simple moments lifting spirits up. From the mountains to the sandy shore. Morning in America, want just a little more. Neighbors waving with a friendly rise. Kids with backpacks chasing daylight skies. Eyes cooling on a windowsill so fine. America's awakened with a heart full of shine. Neighbors waving with a friendly rise. Kids with backpacks chasing daylight skies. Eyes cooling on a windowsill so fine. America's awakened with a heart full of shine. Tractors rumble, fields coming alive. Big wheels turning where hopes and dreams strive. Laughter echoes down the old dirt road. America's awakened to lighten her load. America's awakened to lighten her load.